what the heck is sex? Let's talk about sex.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
Our culture is obsessed with it. People can't seem to stop talking about it in songs, movies, books, TV shows. But what's all the fuss about? Well, today, we'll take a look at what the Bible has to say about sex. Okie dokie. Let's see. Yes. All right, here's the big man himself, Jesus Christ. Sex is cool, don't do it. Just kidding! We'll actually start in Genesis chapter 1. On the 6th day of creation, God creates Adam and Eve. And the first thing he tells them is to be fruitful and multiply. And then he calls what he's made very good. So to break that down, God creates humans, tells them to have sex, and then calls it very good. God made sex on purpose, and he thinks it's amazing. It's important that we realize that sex was a part of the plan all along. It's not some dirty accident as a result from the fall. It's a gift from God. And that brings us to the first of 3 purposes of sex. Number 1, sex is for fun. God designed our bodies in a particular way. He knows that sex feels good, and he wants husbands and wives to be able to experience that pleasure together. In fact, there's a whole book of the Bible about this aspect of marriage. Song of Songs chapter 1, verse 2. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth. For your love is better than wine, and your anointing oils are fragrant. Your name is oil poured out, therefore virgins love you. Draw me after you, let us run. The king has brought me into his chambers. And that's just the beginning. It gets a lot more specific than that. But my mom watches these videos, so you can go read the rest if you want. The point is that sex is for fun. The second purpose for sex is making babies. That's what we read in Genesis. God tells Adam and Eve to be fruitful and multiply. And if you haven't figured it out yet, sex is an important part of the baby-making process. This is important because it means that this shared experience between a husband and wife literally has the power to create life. And God did not have to make it this way. He could have had babies pop out of the ground like potatoes. But he wanted new life to come from the physical union of a husband and wife. The third purpose of sex is for intimacy. Genesis 2:12. Therefore, a man will leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. That phrase, one flesh, speaks to the way that God designed sex to work. When 2 people have sex for the first time, a powerful emotional and physical bond is created. It's almost as if the 2 people have disappeared and one new person remains. And this bond is reforged each time they come together in this way. In a healthy marriage, there is complete vulnerability. Each person is naked and known in every aspect. And that includes physically. Sex is a way to embody the vulnerable love and commitment between a husband and wife. Sex is for intimacy. So if sex is so good, why all the rules? Why does the Bible say we have to wait until marriage to have sex? Well, the reason actually comes from that third purpose. Sex creates intimacy unlike anything else we can experience. And that is amazing in marriage. But we were not designed to have that kind of intimacy with more than one person. It's as though each time we have sex, we are fused to the other person. And when we're no longer with them, we have to pull ourselves apart. Over time, this is really painful and damaging to our hearts. God asks us to only have sex in marriage in order to protect ourselves and our partners. But if you've already had sex and made this bond outside of marriage, there is still hope. God is in the business of healing what's broken. It won't be a smooth process, but God is bigger than anything we can do to mess up. If you're looking for healing, pray that God would lead you into emotional and relational wholeness. So, to summarize what we learned today, sex is a good thing that God made on purpose. And that purpose has 3 aspects. Sex is for fun, for making babies, and for intimacy. What do you think of these 3 purposes? Let's talk about it in the comments. Next week, we'll begin talking about same-sex attraction and homosexuality. See you then. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the crown to subscribe and see the next one. Help other people see it too by liking and sharing. See you next time. Dun, 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 dun. da, 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 da.